You know, what do you have to do to become a real badass? Do you have to kill somebody? Do you have to just kind of be mean to people? Or can you just be disagreeable but kind of a nice guy underneath all of it all? They had asked me to apologize for not being in Texas for the screening of the film, and I am indeed sorry. I have spent a really good part of my life apologizing for one thing or another, but this apology is really sincere. I wish I could be there. I'd like to hold this up here. I know that it's obscuring my face. And look, I don't want to read from it, but I don't want to pretend as though I'm not reading from it. So I'm in a quandary. And part of it I can remember very specifically, the part that says thank you, badass, Hall of Fame. I can really do that well. Thank you, badass, Hall of Fame. I'm thrilled to be considered on whatever level a badass. So thank you. And I have some names here. Tim League, Devin Faraci, Badass Digest, the whole Fantastic Fest, and Alamo Draft House team. I wish I could have been down there with all of you. I love Texas. God knows I've spent an awful lot of time down there. I mean, I loved it a little more when you had the electric chair. Now that you have a lethal injection system, I like it a little bit less, but I still like it, don't get me wrong, and I would love to come back. Devin wanted me to talk about, what is the concept again? Truth, that's it. But truth isn't given to you by a book or a movie. Truth is a pursuit, a goal. And you can try your level-headed best in a movie or in a book to pursue the truth. But, and here's the real truth, you may never be able to grab a hold of it. This recent film, The Unknown Known, a movie about ex-Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld, is a movie I rather like. I don't like most of my films, but I happen to like this one for whatever reason. Because first and foremost, it's a portrait of a man lost in words, lost in language, where reality almost disappears. And in the end, I'm struck by Donald Rumsfeld's ability to reconstruct the world for himself and to hold reality at bay. I first thought of making this film, seriously thought of making the film, after Donald Rumsfeld had published his memoirs, The Known and the Unknown. I made a number of calls. I called his Washington lawyer, and I was told, there's no way this guy is ever going to make this movie with you. But I persisted, I wrote to him, I met with him in Washington, and gradually we figured out a way where we could work together. And I'm indeed appreciative. He had no control over the final result. It would have been impossible without his cooperation and support, and for that I'm thankful. It's an attempt to capture history from the inside out. Everyone has seen movies where you interview someone and then you get 20 other people to comment on whether they like that person or dislike that person or what that person means to them or doesn't mean to them, and on and on and on and on. This is a very different kind of movie. Here I'm interested in how Donald Rumsfeld sees himself, hence the use of the memos and his interpretation of the memos. History in the opposite direction. History from the inside out. How a man who is at the center of history sees himself in history rather than how others see him. A lot of people have said they wished I'd made a movie about someone other than Donald Rumsfeld. A lot of people told Shakespeare they wished that he had made a play about someone other than Macbeth or King Lear. Tough tamales. I made the movie about the person that I made the movie about. And as I often tell people, you make a movie with the Secretary of Defense you have, not the Secretary of Defense you wish you had. So I hope you like it. I should send you an email address so you can write in complaints if necessary.